Well, hey there, YouTube. I'm back again. I thought I would do a vlog for today. First thing I'm going to do is show you some changes I made in the room, and then we'll talk about what I'm going to be working on today. Well, as you can see, I found a permanent home for the HP LaserJet P4051TN. I actually moved the stereo system I had here out of the way. I'm going to be selling that because I really don't use it. And of course I have the stereo over there. And I also have my surround sound system here, so it was pretty redundant. I've been pretty happy with this printer. As you can see, the third tray is on the bottom. And what's really neat about this is I have this set up exactly the way I want. The second tray has just the regular plain paper for printing. You know, just the thin 8.5 by 11 paper. And tray 3, I was able to fill up with cardstock, because there are times that I do presentations for work, and you know, just stuff I need to have thicker paper for. Sometimes I'll print like signs out for Dad when he wants to advertise a little bit more, so I have that option available. I don't actually have to switch out the paper anymore. I wanted to show you guys one thing with this real quick. It does have tray 1, and it seems to be in pretty good shape, but I think one thing I'm going to have to replace is, if you look under here, you can't really see it, but there's a roller underneath here, and I think the roller itself is starting to wear out. This printer really could use a maintenance kit, but I don't actually have the funds to do that right now, so I'm just going to let it go for now. It does still take paper from this tray, but you have to have at least have the paper 2 or 3 thick, because if you just stick one in there, the roller's worn down to where it won't grab the paper and pull it through. As you can see in here, I did a little bit more cleaning. I cleaned the tray down in here because it really needed. I mean, it was dirty. Just so you guys are curious, this is the cartridge that came here. It's the NT-CO364XQ. And it's a pretty massive cartridge if you guys didn't see my other video. And it's still got about 20% of the prints left, so that'll last a while for me. That's like 10 to 20,000 pages depending on how much ink coverage I actually use. And she's going to start up right now. Checking printer, and it said genuine cartridge installed. If you ever see these paused, all you have to do is click escape, I think. Yep. There you go. And it goes back, and I actually have it listing my IP address here, so if I hook up another computer, especially one that's like a Windows XP system where I have to manually enter it, this way I know what the IP address of this printer is. Everything else seems to work fine with it. You can see I had to run a cable from my router here. If you look back there, you can see there's a red cable coming out. I don't think the camcorder will pick that up, but you can see it right here. And I ran that underneath the carpet, all under here, and it's coming up here. This is where the Jet Direct card is on this printer. Another thing I actually did was the top of this bureau was just wrecked from years. I had a fish tank on there that leaked. I even had a stereo on here that leaked battery acid, so the top was just wrecked. So eventually I want to go ahead and resurface this bureau, but at least temporary. I went to the dollar store and I got this contact paper. It's not the exact same shade, but it's close, and it looks a heck of a lot better than that shelving paper that I had there before. I had like a couple sheets of this on there, and it not only would it not stay, it just kind of looked horrendous. So this is all set up. I still have to connect a couple of my computers to it, but other than that, I've been pretty happy with the printer. Another thing I did is I found these carpet remnants at our local Roses. These were 2 for $5. I put one here, and I put one here. Now, one issue I am having is, you can see it's getting matted down and it's kind of getting stretched here. And this has only been about a week, so I don't know how long they're going to last. But the reason I did it is, underneath here, the chairs over the time have leaked oil onto the carpet, and the carpet's gotten so matte it just looked horrendous. So I figured this will give me at least a few more years on this carpet before I have to replace the whole thing. Next, I've been working on a couple computers here. One I did not film, it was a Dell, and I just completed that. And this one's almost done. I picked this up yesterday at one of our local thrift stores. It's a HP Pavilion. It's an A6200N. You can see the specs there. Athlon dual core, 5000, 2 gigs of RAM, 360 gig hard drive, and a DVD burner. Let's see, it's the Photo Smart Essential. So apparently they were trying to bundle the printer with this too, and maybe even the HP digital camera when this was made. It's got the NVIDIA graphics, the 6150 SE, which is, nowadays is pretty piss poor, but it's good enough for HD. I was streaming some HD content on this the other day, and seemed to work fine. And it's Windows Vista Home Premium originally, but of course I've loaded Windows 7 on here. We'll go ahead and boot this up real quick. And what I have hooked up here is that 23-inch Gateway HD monitor. Now, one of the interesting thing I find about this monitor, it says it's HD, but yet this monitor was made in 2005 before Vista came out. And of course, as everybody knows, Windows XP wasn't actually HD ready. So I don't know what would have actually given this HD resolution when it came out, unless they were just future-proofing this, and maybe since they knew Vista was coming out in a couple of years. I don't know, because the hookups on this are actually VGA and DVI, so the DVI part could definitely be high definition. It is 1600 by 900 resolution, so that would be 720p. Not quite 1080p on this monitor, but it definitely has a nice picture. And as you can see, I use the HP install CD on this. And I'll just go over the specs real quick. And it is pretty stock. I didn't upgrade the memory or anything on this, so this is never going to be a gaming system, but it's fairly sufficient for people doing internet surfing, maybe YouTube. There you go. You can see it's an Athlon X2 5000. It runs at 2.6 gigahertz, and that is dual core. 2 gigs of RAM, and the 32-bit operating system, again, because it is 2 gigabytes instead of... You really want to have 4 gigabytes of RAM to have the 64-bit operating system. Won't run properly unless you do. And you got plenty of hard drive space left in here. I got 306 gigs out of the 335 gigabytes left. This thing is sick with ports. I mean, this has got the 12-in-1 memory card reader. Got a dual-layer DVD burner with light scribe. Tray works just fine on that. Expansion bay, nobody populated that as usual. Even has one of those HP pocket media drive bays. This was the smaller one. This is like a little portable drive you would pop in there, and when it was in there, it would act like an internal drive. But let's say you want to transfer data to another type of computer, you would pop it out, and you would actually hook a USB cable to it, and then you could hook it up to a laptop or another type of computer. They were interesting, but never really took off. Underneath here we have, which is kind of interesting here, we have the 3 audio ports. We have the surround sound, the line out, the line in, and then the headphone port. 2 USB 2.0 ports, and then we have a FireWire port here. And the back is pretty much the same. I'm not going to go over the specs on that, but I am going to be selling this computer. It's listed on Craigslist right now. I'm asking $120 for the whole shebang. And I'm pretty sure it'll sell quick, and if anybody's interested in this, just send me a personal message. Well, the rest of the day, I kind of got a surprise for you. We are going to go walking later, and yes, the walking vlogger is going to continue. I'm just going to tie it into this video. I'm going to do one big vlog today. I haven't done walking vlogger recently. Now, we have been walking. I just haven't, one, I haven't felt like bringing the camera out, and two, we haven't really had weather to do it either, because I've been walking some days and it's been raining here a lot. So if it's raining, I will still walk, but I'm of course not going to film it. So we'll see you guys in maybe an hour or so. We're ready to go on our walk, but I want to show you guys what it looks like outside. Since springtime, all the flowers are blooming, so we'll go ahead and take a quick look at those. Well, as you can see, Mom's roses are in full bloom. These are knockout roses she planted a couple of years ago. Absolutely beautiful. I want to get stills of these later. You can see they're still budding up, but we have some beautiful ones right here. I tell you, this can get romantic this time of year. I have to search for a new girlfriend. And she has a rose bush over here, but nothing's bloomed yet this year. These tend to come a little bit later. These will probably start coming out around June. But it's doing really well. My dad cut this back way too far last year, and we thought they died, but you know what? They wound up coming back this year. As you can see, the plum tree doing really nice. It's gotten really, really big since last year. Almost, God, it seems like it's doubled in size. I'd really like to get another one. We get male and female, and we can actually have some plums off this. But there's nothing to fertilize around here, so unfortunately, it's just aesthetically pleasing to look at. One problem I noticed, if you guys look over here, the tree has actually started to split. Woo! Yeah, that's not good. Let me see where it is. Like right down here. I don't know if that's supposed to happen or if that's like some trunk rock. It looks like there might be some fungus growing on here too. I think we're going to go ask the tree doctor locally if that's something we need to worry about. Because the last few hurricanes we had, this thing really took a beating. I remember this thing swaying almost like at a 45-degree angle back then. I just want to make sure it's nothing we have to worry about because, you know, we've spent a lot of time and nurtured this tree to get it to look as nice as it does. And that's pretty much it for the house. Though I must say, this is getting overgrown real quick. The two holly bushes that we planted here when we first moved in. I remember when these were no bigger than like a little herb plant. They have just blossomed like crazy. We really have to, I tell you, these things have to be cut back, I would say, at least every 6 months or so. The garden's really getting overrun, but it'll all get done. We're doing some work inside the house right now. We're painting. Actually, we're just about to finish that up, so this is probably a project for next week. Right, so about ready to head on a walk. And I'm just going to go ahead and set the Map My Walk app, because I wanted to do that last time, but forgot to take my cell phone with me. Let's see. Get her set for about 30 minutes, and we'll head out. As you can see, hopefully the camera will pick it up. I got the Map My Walk app, and as soon as you just hit start, I'm going to go ahead and see how long we walked today. I was going to set for 30 minutes, but I think we might go a little bit longer than that, because Mom and I both had naps, so we're going to see how long we can do it for. Started. What a beautiful day. This is May 4th, so spring is definitely in full swing here. See, all the leaves are back on the trees. Absolutely beautiful. I'll let you guys know of a few projects that are coming up soon. I was on eBay the other day, and I purchased one of those CF2 ID card readers. This is the one that actually fits in an extra PCI expansion slot, not one that you have to actually tape to the bottom of the case. But that's going to go in, and that's actually going to replace the 4 gigabyte Maxter hard drive that's in my DOS gaming rig, the Dell XPS D372. Hard drive is still in good shape, but as Rogue Geek has said in the past, you know, they can't last forever because they are mechanical drives. I'm a little concerned about imaging that drive. I'm going to try and do it with a Cronus, but I don't know how how that's actually going to work. I'm hoping I can just put the CF card right into the memory card reader on one of my computers, and then I'll actually take the 4 gigabyte hard drive out of that computer. I'll hook it up and hopefully just be able to image it that way. If not, the only other thing I can think to do is actually take that CF card reader, find one of my computers that still has an IDE connection to it, and hook it up that way. But I don't know, we'll see. I'm going to probably try to ask Rogue Geek's help on this, because I really don't want to have to reformat that drive, because I'm going to have to save the autoexec.bat and the config.sys files, because they're all tailored to work with the DOS software. And as you know, with DOS, you have to set up all the drivers, got to reinstall the mouse drivers, and I run Windows 3.11 on that, so I also have to install the sound drivers, the video drivers, and everything for that. So Not looking forward to it if that doesn't work. But yeah, as you guys know, I'm starting my new job tomorrow. May or may not have a driving vlog. I want to start doing those in the morning because there are definitely some interesting things to see on the way. Tomorrow is kind of weird though because the times are, because the first day it's actually a shortened day, it's a half a day, so I'll probably wait until the second or third week. So I got about 5 weeks of training before I actually start work. But it's all good. It's all good. Just enjoying my last day of freedom right now. You guys remember this? Last time we did a walking vlogger, you could see right through the highway, and now the brush is almost totally covered it. The leaves are back on the trees. Absolutely beautiful. I definitely do a camping video on there someday. I walk down this way. She just had a bug go in her mouth. We were talking, and all of a sudden she stopped, and I just heard. What was it? What do you think it was?
It wasn't so big, but it's definitely have an inch go in your mouth.
Definitely not. It's a shame I didn't get it on the camera. It's always good for ratings. Oh my gosh. We're just really enjoying this today.
Look at the sky.
I know. I'll show you guys here. The sky are very few, maybe a couple high thin clouds. That's about it. Very rare that you see that around here. Usually we have partly sunny, mostly cloudy days, at least recently. You guys can see over there somebody's getting rid of a kid swing, and it looks like a CD shelf. Might have to check that when I get done with the walk. I don't know where I put it.
It looks like the thing you made put on a blanket over what I was talking about.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what you call it.
Rack.
Yeah, but the way the louvers were, I think it's either for CDs or DVDs. Kind of looks like one of those IKEA things. And we all know how long IKEA furniture lasts. Oh my gosh. But like I said before, guys, the YouTube videos are definitely going to be down now that I'm going to be working full time. I will try to get at least one video out a week. It'll probably be a vlog, but the plus side is, now that I'm working, I'll be passing quite a few more thrift stores, so you guys are probably going to see a lot more thrift store pickup videos. If I find something interesting, of course, needs repair. I'm hoping, I want to get an old IBM PS2. Lazy Game Reviews just uploaded a video. A guy locally sold him a boatload of IBM PS2 model 95s, the tower units. And the cool thing about those is they all had the CD-ROMs in, but they're not like the tray loading. They're actually the I forget what you call it, like the carousel type, where you have to put in a little carousel and you actually put the disc in there first. So if you guys ever get a chance to go check out the Lazy Game Reviews website, it'll bring you to his YouTube site, his Facebook page, and all that good stuff. But hopefully, having access to more thrift stores, I'll be able to pick up some old computers like that. I want to get a PS2. I'm thinking about maybe getting like a E5, which is a 486 base system, but they're hard to come by. If you look on eBay, they're almost impossible to buy without it being an astronomical price. I looked at one the other day. It was a model 95, and they wanted something like $700 for it. Now, granted, it was in good shape. I don't know about you guys. I don't have an extra $700 to throw down on a piece of vintage computer gear. But you know what? There's always a good chance. I don't see them in the thrift stores a lot, but in the past, I have seen some vintage computers. So here's hoping we find something. Check and see where we're at. We've walked 0.5 miles, and so far it's taken us 12 minutes and 40 seconds. So not too bad. I want to try to get as much walking in as we can. I'm hoping we'll be able to get at least 2 miles, but we'll see how it goes. It's actually getting pretty hot out here. I was looking on eBay the other day for toner cartridges for the new HP LaserJet, the P4015 TM that I picked up this weekend. And to my amazement, they're actually pretty well priced. They had a third-party brand new, not remanufactured cartridge for under $30. I think it was like $27.95. Now, mine still has about 20% toner remaining, so I'm not going to need one right away, but it's good to know it's not going to cost me an arm and a leg to get refills for that printer. Now, I'm still trying to figure out what to do about the maintenance kit, because the printer says the maintenance kit is 0%, which means, I found out means that it's had more than 250,000 prints or pages printed since the last time it was changed out. But I still think it's error, because when I look closer, especially at the fuser on that, it doesn't look like it had any wear on it whatsoever. So I think what happened was there must be a way to reset it once you put a new maintenance kit in. And I think that the only thing they did replace was that little roller in the front that takes paper from tray 1. So worst comes to worst, I'll just have that little roller in front. But I mean, you guys have seen the print on that. It prints just like a brand new LaserJet printer. So hopefully I won't have to buy a maintenance kit for a while because they run into some money. They cost at minimum $130. Now you can get one from China for only $20. That just includes the transfer roller and the pickup rollers. It doesn't actually include the fuser, which if it really has done 250,000 pages, then the fuser probably is about ready to be replaced. You know, that heat, they get so hot that they literally burn themselves after a while. I've actually seen fusers that had like a charcoal substance on because they'd gotten so hot that some of the paper that was left behind got singed, and you almost had to wait. It almost looked like the stuff you would take, the ashes you would take out of your wood stove after the winter. So I'll just keep an eye on it. But like I said, that fuser looks like it's hardly ever. I'd say it's been about another 10 minutes or so since we talked. Let's go ahead and see where we're at on Map My Walk. We're at 1.09 miles. So we got a little less than halfway to go. So I'll go ahead and keep you guys posted. I don't have too much else to talk about right now. Just going to enjoy this beautiful day that God. You guys can see we're just at about 1.5 miles. And my allergies are starting to get the better of me. But we're going to go down this court here, home, and that should give us the 2 miles we need. Right, we're just out home, and here is the verdict. 1.85, probably when we get there, miles. So not too bad. I was hoping we'd get 2 in today. But you know, it's a little hot, so I'm so happy with that. I'm going to try and post these up to Facebook as long as the app works properly. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for coming along with us today on the Walking Vlogger. Please remember to like and subscribe. And as always, have a blessed day, everybody.